Welcome back to Bitch Says. We've been off for a few weeks now. We're back from our Christmas. But guys, I am back. Sans Miss Casey Rose Wilson. She is shooting in New York this week. R.I.P. Casey. We will see you next week. We miss you. We love you. But guys, ooh, boy-de, do I have a guest host that is a dream within a fantasy that people have been begging for us to have him back. And we said, oh, fine. We'll have this genius back. Please welcome as my co-host, Ira Madison III. You might know him from Keep It. He's also a writer on Daybreak on Netflix and upcoming G-Force on Netflix. Ira Madison.
Q-Force.
Sorry, I'm off today. Guys, Q-Force. Ira Madison III. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What a week to have you here.
Listen, when you asked me to come back on, I was excited, but I was so excited when the news came out this week.
You can't look away from the Daily Mail for 5 seconds without something popping in.
It happened the same day as the Harry and Meghan stuff, too.
Megxit.
It was just a lot of Daily Mailings.
Oh, my God. People sending me things left and right. I couldn't take a shower. I was disgusting because I could not leave my phone. It was awful and wonderful. And this is what I like about the Housewives, is that they're always working. Beverly Hills is not even on right now, and they are working.
Yes.
So let's get down to it before we introduce our guest, but let's talk about the biggest news that ever was this week.
Yes. So the Daily Mail alleges that Denise has stopped filming.
Denise
because it came out on a cast trip to Rome.
Yes. Of all places.
That she has been having a months-long affair with Brandi Glanville.
And to add insult to injury, she had told, according to the Daily Mail, that she had told Brandi that she was in an open relationship with Mr. Big Penis.
Yes, with Aaron.
A man. Who gets, who's forced by his wife to get hand jobs in a massage parlor from an elder woman. So we know lots about Aaron. But then it turns out, I guess, when the beans got spilled, he did not know.
No.
And is obviously upset. Now, do you believe this to be true?
I want more information, but...
Wow, you're true journalist that you are. I needed not a strip part of information. I was like, too much information.
But I buy it.
You buy it?
I feel like I buy it. I feel like it just seems messy enough. And, I don't know, cast trip to Rome. Rome, I think. It seems right for fun.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Well, here's the deal. We cannot forget, lest we forget, that Denise Richards was married to Charlie Sheen. And though she is a saint and a breath of fresh this last season, she's a dirty, dirty dogga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like she would cheat on Aaron.
Yeah,
of course.
So it didn't shock me. Here's what I do think was not smart. When you lie down with Brandi,
yes,
figuratively or literally, you're gonna get fleas.
Yes,
meaning she is just a garbage person.
Right, Brandi's part of what chipped away at Lisa.
Yes, and so you're just gonna get in the muck with a Brandi Glanville.
My favorite thing from the article was that it said that it was the topic of conversation at Kathy Hilton's holiday party.
Now, first of all, can you imagine that party? Just old dinosaur ladies with new faces and rock hard tits. That party is something I'd love to be invited to.
Truly.
Who was talking about it?
Yeah, there? I want to know who.
Who are Kathy Hilton's friends? It's like Trump, Ivanka Trump, Kim. Did you see that?
Because Kim is friends with Brandi for some reason. For some reason, they're still friends.
I'll never forget when they took her crutches.
Yes.
And yet they made it through. Well, TBD with all of this, but it felt real. It felt right. I'm surprised Denise would stop filming. Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like that you should ever stop filming. I mean, I'd love to see her walk off. I can't wait to watch the walk off.
Yes.
But I hope she comes back. I do think we need her this season.
We don't need another Lisa situation. Tired of people walking off of shows.
Yeah.
Stay and do your job.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You know it. Should we bring out our guest?
Yes.
Okay. Now this dear woman, she's been a guest before. We've had her on, but it's been a minute. Now, guys, this woman hosts a podcast of her own called We Need to Talk About Britney, where she gets down and dirty with everything Britney Spears. And I'd like to bring her to the table, Miss Jen Zaborowski.
Hi, guys. I did not know this.
You're just finding we're breaking this news to you?
That was breaking news. I was like clutching my pearls. I don't know what to make of any of that.
Yeah.
That was a really exciting experience to find out gossip from people rather than from the internet.
Yeah, it's so rare to happen these days.
It's like Kathy Hilton's party.
A carrier pigeon brought it to all those women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite it's been the talk of my Twitter, my chains, my text chains all day yesterday. Do we believe? Do we not believe?
Believe for sure. And also, they must have a time in that bedroom.
Oh, can you imagine the wild?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That is a dank, dark bed.
And I would believe that Denise did stop filming because I think it was probably such a shock to her family, because she is very protective of her girls and she loves the family unit with her husband.
Yes.
So if he didn't know and then all of this came out, I could see her kind of going at a full stop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she will come back.
Yeah, but then here's my question. When you get in between Brandi's legs, like, that's a death grip. Mm-hmm. You are making a deal with the devil. Like, she has been like, so I don't know why she trusted her in any way to have a relationship she was trying to keep hidden. Mm-hmm. That is my
I want to know who exposed it to.
Brandi did.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Who I think.
Yes, because of finding out about that it wasn't an open relationship.
Yes.
I'm finally excited for a Beverly Hills
season. That's why I was like, maybe we have a season. Maybe we have something here.
Because I certainly did not finish last season. I didn't finish.
I mean,
once Lisa left, I tried, and it was on life support.
No, it was tough. Like, I just can't watch Teddy Mellencamp and pretend I'm watching something.
Yeah.
No offense.
And it was looking bleak because she's now pregnant. So I was like, what do we have? This is great. Now
she won't even be drinking.
I know. If you're not going to drink, if you're not going to say something like, I forget it wasn't even interesting enough to remember something she said last season. Guys, I'd like to get into the best thing that's been missing from my life and is now back, and that's Vanderpump Rules.
Thank God.
Thank
God.
We're back.
God.
Speaking of people who aren't drinking, I guess Lala is not drinking this season. She's sober.
Choice.
But she's still delivering.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
She's full of drama. She's still going out with Randall when she...
Who's going to be on the show this season now? In the upcoming of the season
thank
clips,
God.
I was like, oh, wow, he's finally filming.
Oh, he's finally filming. I think that foofty thing gave him some airs to be like, I'm good on the... I'm like, all right. I'm not too rough for TV. We also... What Lala really made me laugh is when she was saying about Kristen's boyfriend, like, get a job. And then she's like, I mean, do I work? No. I mean, but I give blowjobs and I'm keeping house.
Right. Talking about Kristen, like, I'm not going to argue with the sugar mama.
Yeah.
It's like, you have a sugar daddy.
To keep house and give blowjobs, yes. But I'm not saying those are easy tasks.
No.
And she was saying all of this while wearing a gigantic headband.
Yes.
You know, like, those are the headbands I use to wash my face at night. But it was just giving me life. It was giving me all the things.
Also, she at least looks recognizable this season.
Yeah, last season with the dark hair was
season, the dark hair and like some plastic surgery situations were not
settled.
Good for her.
Yeah, had not settled.
I think she looks human this season.
Yes.
And the hair's back to normal.
Yes,
so.
thank God.
When she was sitting across from Lisa at Villa Rosa, what does Lisa call her home? Is it Villa Rosa?
Yeah, correct.
When she was sitting across from her,
That scene was
Lala,
so weird.
It was
by the
very
way.
weird, but Lala looked beautiful.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
I feel like the lighting in Villa Rosa is just on point.
It's just it's all over as those phones, those selfie phones.
Yes.
It's just a house made of those
There's
selfie
no
phones.
overhead lighting
Nothing.
at Villa Rosa at all.
No one has a double chin at Villa Rosa. Everyone knows their angles at Villa Rosa. There's never a bad picture, even of Hanky and Panky. Everybody looks gorgeous.
The scene was very weird because wasn't that Lisa's only scene this episode?
Yeah.
She also had a scene with Stassi.
Oh yes, that's
Yes.
right. Where she was drinking at the restaurant.
Yes.
It's just she's retreated into her grand dame moment, and of course there was no mention of Beverly Hills. Like
No.
she's done with that.
She's
and
acting
it's-
like it never happened.
Yes, and it was so little of her because first of all, this episode felt like later season Melrose Place.
Yes.
We literally started out with 20 minutes of who are these people?
I know, but can I say
I like some of them.
I do too, and we need them.
Yeah.
because the
I've wanted it.
we've
Last
needed
season,
it.
the cast did not deliver
No,
at
really?
all.
Really? You don't think at
I
all?
thought last season was the worst Vanderpump Rules season ever. The
thought-
focus on Jackson Brittany
No,
is
I
just
don't
gross.
care. Yeah,
Yes, I agree.
And I feel like they are older people now, and they are moving to the Valley,
They're-
which again
Valley
I live in.
Village.
They're moving to Valley Village in those terrible houses.
That all look the same.
They all look the same. And those are all over Valley Village. Like I've
Yeah.
seen them like at my core power. You know what I mean? Like they're everywhere. They're so overpriced. They're all
Yes.
like millions of dollars and made of plastic. Like they would in an
that was
earthquake.
the thing
they're
too.
Toppled.
When I saw that, I was like, first of all, this was the ghetto. The money you're spending on those ugly houses in Valley Village, you could have gotten a better house anywhere else. Like they could have moved like, I don't know.
Move to Encino.
Yes, moved to Encino. They could have moved to like West Adams or something, or like
Exactly.
Mid-City, and got like a very nice house.
Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
Any of those areas.
Oh, can you imagine what they could have gotten in Eagle Rock?
Exactly. But they went to Valley Village. Again, no slam on Valley Village. I live in the Valley.
That's where I run all my errands.
Everyone runs their errands in the Valley. That is what the Valley is
My
for.
writer's room
errands.
is in the
Yes,
Valley. I work there now.
Exactly. It's a lovely place, but those houses are overpriced and shoddy, and they're terrible, and they all look alike. And now we have these people running around in their nightshirts in the Valley in the daytime, doing like Jello shots.
Katie with that hammer, when they cut to her in her new $2 million plus home, and she's just taken a hammer to hang up her collage of her
These
and
people
Bubba.
should not have houses. That's
No,
another
if
thing.
you are in a $2 million home and you are not hiring, if
Someone
you're
to hang
you're
the photos for
if
you,
You're in a, if you're in a
problem.
home that is $2 million and you're not hiring a decorator, people putting in furniture, looking at the way they decorated their homes, I was like, this is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It looks like Summer House.
Yes, exactly. And I don't even watch Summer House. But I know of which you speak. It feels cheap, and it feels like if you're going to move into a house like that, afford it or get back into your apartment.
Yeah.
I can't live in a $2 million house. I can't afford people.
Now, why did Jax turn it into a competition? Like his house was so much bigger when
It's
is
the same house.
Yes.
In the better school district, again, in the Valley, look, it's all good school district.
Also-
That's why you moved to the Valley.
He's just so exhausting, right? He's like constantly having something to prove because he's old and a cheater.
Yes.
And disgusting.
And stupid.
And stupid.
Jax is so dumb.
So stupid.
Am I attracted to him still? Yes.
You know what? He looks better this
Yes,
season.
he does.
Yes.
He's
I
getting
think he's
ready,
ready for the wedding.
Yes,
Ready for the wedding.
less sweaty.
Maybe less coke and pills.
Yes. Yes. Not to Kelly Dodd him.
Yes, I mean,
Yes.
who I don't know. Allegedly.
Now, speaking of attractive, are we attracted to the new men and or woman on the show?
No.
Not the men, the woman, yes.
Yes. So Max, I don't find attractive.
I don't
He's very
understand.
slimy.
He's nothing.
Brett, I will admit, is attractive.
But I'm not attracted
I was
to him.
in our Bravo group text.
Who's in your Bravo group text?
My friend Sam Grice.
Oh, I met him.
Ray Sani is in it.
Love her.
And Matt Rogers.
This is a great team.
Yes. Ray said that Brett looks like he's a soap star. He looks soap hot.
Yes, he does.
Like he would be on Bold and the Beautiful.
Yes. Or Santa Barbara.
Yes, but I don't find it very attractive.
No.
What I will appreciate, though, is that they at least seem to have some fun personalities, and the person that they're attaching them to is Sheena, which is great because Sheena is the one who carries the show on her back every season.
Yes.
She's the one who puts in work.
I agree.
The amount that she degraded herself in this premiere for the sake of this show was beautiful. I could not have people younger than me standing around in a kitchen talking about how I'm boy crazy and desperate.
And a bad kisser.
Yeah, a bad kisser.
Which, first of all, is not a shock. We've all seen Sheena kiss on camera, and it is terrifying.
Yes.
So that wasn't a shock, but to have it said out loud by the person you kissed who just came on the show.
Yeah.
She deserves awards. She deserves a lot.
She puts in that work.
It. She loves it.
She loves it.
I love her. Now, she is pathetic.
Yes, always.
But she's
the only one still working at SUR. And she will never stop working there.
To find out that none of them are working at SUR anymore was a shock to me.
Jax and Sheena.
Jax.
That's all that's left.
Right. I guess it makes sense that Ariana left because...
Why?
Well, I mean, because I assume that, because it makes sense that Tom and Tom are gone because they have Tom.
Yes, because they have Tom. Now,
I guess, Ariana,
a bar where they wear suspenders. First of all, it's a TGI fucking Fridays, and that was upsetting.
I guess Ariana and Katie were supposed to think that they're sort of just helping or they're the Kens, I guess, of them. But I don't know why they're not working. But it's we know why they're not working because obviously they're making money from the show and they're other things like their cocktail book.
Yes. I forgot about the cocktail book.
The cocktail
have you
book
read
finally
it?
came out. I was at the launch party.
Oh, what?
I have not read the book yet.
Oh.
Yes.
But how was the launch party?
It was fun. Did
you talk to any of the players?
Yes. Well, so I know Ariana.
You do?
Yes. So
I didn't know this.
Yeah, Sam and I know Ariana.
Okay.
And that's as far as I want to keep it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she also was very normal.
Yes.
So it's nice to interact with her, and then but then you see the other ones, and it's just I never want to get to the point where we can't watch from afar and just be mesmerized by these people. I don't want conversations with them. I don't want to know what they're thinking about. I just want the show in my mind. Ariana's the only one I can have that conversation with.
Now let me ask you guys.
Even Tom, not
really.
No, it's just he knows me in passing. We say hello, but
and
it's
he's an original player too.
Yes, but it's just sort of I'm keep from afar.
That's smart.
Only Ariana.
Now let me ask you guys this. With the new cast members coming in, we are seeing a changing of the guard.
Yes. Good. Half the cast needs to go.
It's good, but for the cast members, what will they do after this? Because they've all bought houses and are in debt at this point because those houses are, again, expensive.
I believe in them. Hear me out. Hear me out. I believe in their staying power on reality TV. Now, I know that
Jax, yes.
Yes.
Jax will end up on
90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, something.
But I love watching them. I think that they have a little bit of a keeping up with the Kardashians. I could stay with them for years. Now, I might grow tired of them, but I would still turn my television on and watch them. Now, I don't think that they have the earning power outside of the reality show. Obviously, they don't have Chris. Lisa is too selfish to also try to do that with them. But
the one I see making the most money is, take her or leave her, but Stassi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stassi.
Well, she has a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
That was.
Well, so does Don Jr.
That's true. But at least, but
and Stassi,
I would sooner read Stassi's.
Of course.
And I think she has more important things to say.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Someone just walked in with a fur and a dog, and I've never been more thrilled.
It's a new housewife.
I need to know what's happening here. A gorgeous woman just walked into the studio with a fur and a dog, and I've never been so excited.
No choice
Really
but to
beautiful.
stand.
Hi. Sorry. Anywho, we just got a mild distraction.
Yes. Oh my God. I was like, mesmerized.
I know, it was.
Stassi, I can see. Part of what I was thinking of this show is maybe setting up, too, is a new spinoff, a Tom spinoff.
Okay.
Yes.
They were kind of teeing that up a little bit.
It seems like they're teasing like a Tom, because I could see Tom, Katie, and Ariana being spun off into a show about that bar.
But what's going to happen to Lala?
Members.
What's going to happen to Sheena Shea? Sheena Shea will stay at Pump.
Sheena will. Lala, I mean, I've long had the idea that Lala, now that Randall is actually filming, that she should be transitioned into Beverly Hills.
Me too.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah. She'd stir it up.
Oh, she'd stir it up. She'd be like a not as down in the dirt Brandi.
Yeah.
Do you think Andy seems resistant to that?
I think he probably seems a little resistant.
I don't know if he cross-pollinates. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he takes like what some person from another series. Like, there was talk of maybe like, or we talked of, I said there was talk, but like Kenya when she was living in New York, wouldn't it have been great to see her?
I mean, wouldn't we love to see just like Kelly Dodd flee that franchise? We'll talk about it, but flee it and just go to New York.
That would be fantastic, but I don't know if that's done. It hasn't been done, but what's to say it can't be done?
Yeah.
Lala would be amazing on that show. I'm currently obsessed with Randall's ex-wife, who's on You.
Yes.
She's on You. She's on a show?
Yes.
On a show. She's great on the show.
The redhead.
Oh, I'm so obsessed because
Candace.
she kind of looks like Lala, but without as much filler.
Yeah.
So
I gotta watch for this woman now. She's good.
She's great.
She's good. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one of my favorite moments on the show, which was Peter the Pirate sitting
that was so embarrassing.
And being like, I just want to make sure things aren't weird because of what happened. And she's like, nothing happened. And he's like, we made out. And she's like, no, you tried to make out with me. And I said, no. And he's like, okay, well, I just want to make sure things aren't weird. It was tragic. It was so uncomfortable.
Every time he pops up, I'm always like, oh, you actually just still work.
Yeah,
there.
You work here.
And by the grace of God, sometimes they put you on camera.
Sometimes you embarrass yourself enough to get on camera.
Because they certainly stopped after season 3.
Oh, my God.
He also looks really swollen. Like, I wrote down that right away, I thought he looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda ate Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like, he just is so sweaty and just...
His shirt was definitely too tight for him.
And he has a tiny little head and a big body.
And the long hair isn't working. I'm like, go back to that short haircut, too.
Well, now he has sort of like a lob.
Yeah.
And that's... he has similar
Yeah, he has the Rachel.
Yes, he does. And that's not a great look on anyone, especially Peter.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it made me scream laughing. Like, I literally went, and I had to watch it again.
Yeah.
I also liked at the beginning of the episode how they were just like, like the soft, like kind of slow down of the song. It made it so dramatic. I'm excited for this season. Any other thoughts on this season, guys? I mean, or just this, I
mean, I'm looking forward to when James inevitably shows up.
Yes.
And
Raquel is now working at the place he was fired from.
Yeah, he's always been a fave.
Yeah.
I think this season we'll try and do like a little reset on him. We won't have as much James, which is good because he got a little gross.
Yeah, he does get like too much time with him gets a little gross.
But I do love that he brings the drama. You need a reset for him to the point where like people want to film with him. But if the younger kids like him, then he's good.
Oh, he's good to go.
Yeah, I think he'll stay on the show.
Oh, for sure.
They love that arc.
Yeah. As do I.
And Lala will stay as long as he's on there. Like, they're tied to each other, unfortunately.
Sure are.
And she realizes that. Even her talk with, like, Lisa about, like, oh, I need to talk with James, whatever. Like, he's part of her storyline, even if he's not on camera.
He is. Guys, let's take a little break. Then we'll come back. All right, guys, I would just real quick, I know we're not in OC anymore, but I would like to touch just real quick on the last reunion because that happened like kind of quickly while we were away. And that is...
I have thoughts.
I would love to hear them. Yes. Let's just get into them right away.
Yeah. Cool.
Vicky, anything? What?
Yes.
Big thoughts on that.
Yeah. Vicky, is she done?
She's done.
She's done. And what a sad exit for her.
Yeah.
It was even more so than like I hated Lisa Vanderpump's exit from Housewives. At least she's still there, right? And when you think about people and their like final hours, like you think of like, oh, at least Phaedra's was like dramatic and fun and something like that, right? This is depressing.
Yeah.
It was depressing. It was sad. It was sad. Every moment where she was on the couch just telling Andy like 15 years ago, like me, this show, I started at like them showing the clip of her auditioning and every like, first of all, her like, Bryn what is this woman's name?
Bryn.
Bronwyn.
No, Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. Okay.
Bryn Mawr, though. I like even.
Every time her attacking Bronwyn for like kissing women, like first of all, like the biphobia was so wild. Talking about her being naked and like, and Andy being like, "Do you know what show you've been on for years?" It's just like she's so out of touch, so desperately like Amanda Wingfield, like clutching to some like moral, some like Southern gentility that she's had, and it's all spiraling around her, and doesn't realize that like she is a mess. It was sad from the minute she was like, I was waiting out here, didn't even let me come in, like, for that first part of it. Everything was sad. Her fight with Kelly was sad. And, like, I love Kelly, even though I
fear her.
Yes, I fear her. I do agree with Shannon that Kelly does fly off the handle and, like, say things and then be like, I haven't done anything wrong. It's like, all right, girl. But I love her, so I allow it. But the fight with Kelly was just like, Vicky didn't see any of it, how demonic she was being. And then, like, by that the third part, it was just screaming, like, outside and in the dressing room.
And Bravo knew how to play her. Because Bravo knew that by demoting her, they'd get more out of her because she would feel so hurt. What she should have done is say, I won't fucking do it. But she can't. She can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
or just bring it as a fun person that season.
She attaches too much of it to who she is. And so then they brought her out late, which they knew would have her tweaked.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Let her go early, which tweaked her in a way. But a friend of mine pointed out the funniest thing to me, which is like she goes back into her dressing room, you know, on that rage. And then she's closing the door. And right before she slams it, Steve's head peeks out. And it looks like he's like, help me.
It's so good. It's so good.
So funny. And so, like, a friend of mine pointed out to me, and I could not stop watching. Oh, I was pouring some water. Oh, please. Sounds like, delicious.
It does sound really refreshing. I think that
it did sound like a soft drink commercial.
But she does everything that her partner at that point in time wants her to do. Like, I don't think that she would have been so against Bronwyn and her sexuality and if it weren't for Steve Lodge.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I think that's just who Vicky is. I think she's always been tweaked by anything that doesn't sort of like fit within her worldview.
Oh, yes, to a certain point. But if she were still with Brooks, I don't think it would have been that intense.
True. I mean, her Brooks era was like the sleaziest Vicky we'd ever seen.
She was wearing like also faux fur vests at that time.
I love
leather.
You know, I did love the Brooks.
The Brooks era was great.
She gave us.
I mean, it
the
feels
most at that time.
Talking about daytime soaps, it's just like 15 years. You know, it's just like looking at the track. It's just like it's like you're watching One Life to Live or something like that. Brooks era was like, oh, this is when the character was working.
Oh God.
You know, and then that cancer storyline and then it derailed her.
But what's great?
I feel like that was
a great watch.
It was truly her undoing.
Yes,
her involvement in that was like.
But that was the height of OC.
Yeah,
that was the height that we got there. One other real quick thing about OC that I'd like to say is just that when Gina is crying, and it's obviously very upsetting what her husband turned out to be, which is allegedly very abusive, and awful, and she's crying, and Tamara's sitting next to her, and then some shouts at her. Oh, Kelly shouts at her, hug her, Tamara. And then Tamara goes, but there's a pillow between us. Like, that's the thing that's like, I couldn't possibly reach over this tiny throw pillow to hug this woman. I was dying.
Tamara showed her true colors.
Oh, I think Tamara's done too.
Yeah.
I think Tamara is done.
Is this show done? Is it
I don't think it's done.
No.
I think they're just going to revamp, and I think Tamara and Vicky are gone. I think Shannon will stay.
Yeah.
But do you think they'll keep Tamara because of Bronwyn?
No. I don't think there's enough there.
And I think Shannon and Kelly become friends again.
I do.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go. It's a smart decision.
We made some really good choices, guys.
Remember when we thought we were getting Gretchen and Slade back?
Oh, yeah. But you know what? They're too sweaty and hungry.
Yeah.
That we can't with them.
And after the Vicky, like, the thirst of, like, the old days, it's like, it's time to go.
We just need to move forward. We can't move back. I mean, sometimes we can move back. We had Kenya come back. Speaking of Kenya, should we dive into Atlanta?
Yes, because I feel like a direct parallel to Vicky is Nene.
Yes.
Nene is sort of the opposite. Like, she's too over it and not playing the game of the show, which is very obnoxious too.
And she's not friends with any of them right now. And
No.
that's really hard to watch because Nene's at her best when she has friends and enemies.
Yes.
Not all enemies.
She's only friends with Marlo.
I know. And Marlo's not even doesn't even have a peach.
Yes, except, like, apparently it's been said that Marlo makes more money than Eva, which makes sense just because Eva is lame. Eva's got to go.
But when Eva gets angry, when Eva and Marlo fight, it's funny. Like, it's
the best.
funny. Like,
it's
when they
best.
did that van ride in Japan, like,
I mean, that was iconic, but
that was amazing.
she's just not delivering.
I know. Well, she's been pregnant a lot.
I'm tired of her moving houses.
I know. She's always pregnant, always moving houses. Speaking of someone who has been pregnant and moved a house, like, you should not be on the air. Like, it's too much to do.
But Nene's trying to make friends. She's trying to mend fences a little bit. She can't really fully get there.
But she can't. She's apologizing literally with sunglasses on, like, that you cannot see. Like,
her heart is not in it.
No. And then she literally said to them, I don't want to do this with you, going out on this, like, Sky Zone thing with you guys. I don't want to have this bonding experience with you. I want to have it with my family.
And leaving restaurants and parties because, like, oh, there's too much drama here. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you here? You're wasting our time.
And seeing them at that economy hotel in Toronto is...
Tanya
is the worst.
She's so obnoxious. Imagine getting that excited about a trip to Toronto. She's so thirsty. They're in this cheap ass hotel. It's like, don't let her plan a trip.
No. Tanya is like Eileen without the soap opera. Like, she's got nothing. How did she ever make it even as a friend?
Yeah.
At least I see what that other girl, what's her name?
Giovanni. Yeah.
I get her being a friend.
I feel like she's the one who made the tape.
Oh, she for sure made the tape.
Yeah. Which I'm tired of hearing about.
Yeah, because
I'm tired of hearing about this tape.
I know. It's not going to be that good. So tell us within 2 episodes or get it off my docket.
Also, Marlo made a very good point when Cynthia confronted her. It's, when were we around having a conversation where you would talk about Nene like this for me to record it? It's like, it's of course, I mean, Cynthia's not the smartest.
No.
She would never be a detective, but it's, figure it out, girl. Who have you dragged Nene to? Come on.
No, it's Giovanna. But it'd
be fun if she had a split personality and she recorded it.
Oh, then we got something. Then we have something. Wouldn't that be amazing?
She recorded it herself.
That would be amazing. I mean, it was great when she had the hibachi room last year. It's like, okay, we got something, but you got to give me more than a hibachi room.
Well, at least we now understand her dorky personality because she's from Canada. You know, like, I was like, oh, I'm seeing your hometown. I kind of like, I get it, but I'm ready to move on.
But then also this week, they brought Portia's fiance, Dennis. And he first, though, brought some flowers, and they said, I'm doggone sorry. Now, when you have cheated on your pregnant fiance, we don't make a hot dog pun.
No, we're not promoting our business.
No.
In our apologies is what we're not doing.
No, we're not. And so I found that in poor taste.
Yeah. He's just poor taste. He's just poor taste in general.
He's the worst.
I know. I'm so mad at her. Do better.
I love her. I love her so much.
She's very entertaining this season, actually.
And she's so stunning in her
gorgeous.
testimonial in the black look that she's wearing.
Yeah, she's gorgeous this season.
She's so funny when they were doing the imitations of each other and they imitated her asking for deviled eggs from everybody.
Yes.
And then she goes, I wouldn't do that. She's like, not everybody's deviled eggs are good. Like,
she had my favorite line of the season so far too. It was at Cynthia's wine opening when she got the card and the cheese from Nene, and everyone's sort of like tearing up, like, oh, these friends are getting back together again. And then Portia's just like, y'all crying over a card and some cheese? Couldn't be me. Her hatred for Nene this season is so beautiful. Just like walking out of the room whenever she's there, not making eye contact.
She's just like, I've got too much going on. I'm not dealing with this.
I do love her. Her side marks make me laugh. Like, she truly makes me laugh. Now, Nene, the one thing that she has going for her is that she is still funny.
Yes.
So we will put up with a lot of
the confessionals are funny
every time, and she's giving us looks.
She's even doing comedy bits like pretending she was a life coach.
Yeah. Oh, that life coach. That life coach drinking with her.
Yes.
Oh my God, that really.
But it's last gasps for Nene too. Yeah.
But she's already gone and come back. She can't come back again.
No,
right?
there needs to be a final exit for Nene, and you could tell that was an exit for like Vicky, right? Because it had basically a whole retrospective when they introduced
really
her.
Did.
It was like, you're leaving.
This is the end. This is an in memoriam.
Yeah, we need an in memoriam for Nene.
Yeah.
Fix a friendship with Cynthia and then just go into the night.
Especially because we know we can survive without Nene. Like, I love Nene, but if she can't participate, she's got to go. So she either has to like dive in and be a part of this and be friends with some of these women, or she's got to go. And especially because at the end of the episode, they show scenes from next week, and they just hear in the background someone screaming like, "No, Nene, don't do it!" Like
every season,
right? We're just like, Nene is about like she's about to attack. I feel like we only hear that in Jersey, and it's always like Danielle Staub or Nene Leakes, like someone being like, "No, Danielle!" Like we don't know what they've done, but we know that they're laying hands on the person. Like New Jersey and Atlanta are the only cities where we hear like, oh God, like something
where it gets physical.
Yes.
And next week, so we are going to get a physical altercation on Atlanta.
Yeah.
God.
Another one with Nene.
Nene. Yeah. I mean, a cameraman went to the hospital, correct?
Yes.
And next week, cameramen are involved.
Yeah.
Where she's like going over their backs.
It's like the closet. It's like the fights with with Kim on the bus.
Yes.
You know, the pulling the hair
there was
at the restaurant. The lingerie party.
Yes. Oh my God. But it is always like a treat to hear someone be like, "No, Nene!"
I just love when Nene was eating that bag of potato chips.
Me too. That was me. That's why. Because like at the end of the night, we're all tired. We're sitting in like an efficiency couch, like eating a bag of potatoes.
And then she took out Twizzlers.
I was like,
heightening.
I loved it. Just because it felt so familiar. I was like, that's all I want to be doing.
Me at the end of the night, especially on a vacation, just like
chips and Twizzlers, talking to friends, like downloading, making fun of people.
So good. So good.
But Atlanta, like, there's not a lot going on this season.
No, people are entertaining, but there's really nothing happening.
Well, that's the good thing about Atlanta as opposed to a Beverly Hills, because they're not that entertaining.
No, they're
Beverly
very boring.
Hills. So if there's not something happening, you're just like, what am I watching? In Atlanta, it's like, well, I'll be entertained by your personalities and your jokes, but it's still not much going on.
Yeah.
Let's take a break and we'll come back with Jersey. Guys, we're back with Jersey. Okay. Now, I don't even know what to say. Danielle has grabbed Margaret by the hair, by the ponytail.
Yes. After Margaret threw a drink at her, and then after Danielle picked up Margaret's purse and dumped the contents
into a candle that cost $650, hand painted from Italy.
Yes, I love this show in particular because I mean the Atlanta fights always seem to like happen at night. You know, they're in a nighttime setting. But this one, my friend Pet Shop Boy on Instagram pointed out that these Jersey fights always seem to be happening like in a strip mall at 2 p.m. and they're all lit.
Yes.
They're drunk. They're so fucking drunk, and it's 2 p.m. and they're a strip mall.
Respect, right? Respect for that.
Sometimes
Sometimes they're even at like a pizza parlor at like 4 p.m.
Yes.
Like, remember that one? Like a pizza opening, like a pizza dive.
Yeah.
And they're drunk on like cheap, like jugs of wine.
Yeah.
The christening of Melissa and Joe's son.
Oh my
Yes.
God. And that was like at the Brownstone.
Even the restaurant when someone was telling me that they hadn't watched Jersey in forever, and they were trying to describe like catching a random episode, and they were describing the episode with the cake.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, well, just so you know, that entire season was about the cake. About embarrassing her at her restaurant.
Oh my God.
It was my cake.
I know. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I love them, though. I
do. It's been revitalized.
Yes, I would agree. I think Marge has helped revitalize the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Marge and Joe Bongo.
Yeah.
Isn't that what his name is? No, not Joe. Joe. What's his name again? Not Joe Bongo.
Well, I'm glad Siggy's gone.
Siggy was a nightmare.
Siggy was a nightmare.
Danielle, a dabble-do.
Mm-hmm.
I like that she peeks her head in, peeks her head out. What does she have on Teresa?
Why does Teresa stay by her side? I don't know. Now, Danielle on Watch What Happens Live last night announced that she is leaving and never returning to the Housewives.
She is a
But
liar.
New Jersey. And she said to Andy that she is open to going to New York City.
Oh, thank you.
Andy is like, no.
Can you imagine Ramona daring to talk to Danielle?
Danielle showing up on set and everyone being like, so we're going home. Tell Andy we will be gone.
The women of New Jersey, though, I'm from upstate New York. And so we have shades of that energy. Like my friends in high school, I had one friend, Jackie Scavello, who took a shit on the hood of her ex-boyfriend's car. Like,
that is
wild.
You know, I'm from the
crazy.
South. That is not unnatural.
So you know that move.
Yeah,
You've
I
heard
mean,
of
I'm
that
from Florida.
But so like people can really throw down and in a way where I like it and I like what they're fighting for some reason. I can't put my finger on
Well, it's
it.
always like, not my family.
Yes.
You know, like, and you that's my family.
The way Danielle took her time when she picked up Margaret's purse and then went around the table and then unzipped it.
Well, I thought what she was going to do was going to be much worse, and she
Yeah.
just emptied the content.
It's always
into
very
a kit.
performative too. Like they allow you to perform your anger on Jersey.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yes, the theatricality of it is like, I'm doing, all right, I'll let her do what she's about to do and see what she's about to do. So I know what I have to do. Because I'm going to do what I have to do.
I love that.
Saying to herself, too, Danielle, then after the purse candle thing, she's like, she was like saying something, but to herself, like, okay, and then went back around, and then she goes and grabs the
She was like
ponytail.
psyching herself up.
Yeah.
She herself did not know what was going to happen. And
Which we could flash back to, remember when Danielle was out, she sued over her hair getting pulled.
Exactly. And then she pulls the same
Love and
move.
light. Love and light, bitch.
Really physical. Like,
Yeah, she really pulls it for a while.
Yeah.
I don't believe Marge has whiplash.
No.
I mean, she is between 45 and 75, but I don't believe that I believe it was not fun and it hurt a lot, but I don't believe a doctor needed to be called in personally.
Yeah, no.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah, she went to the doctor.
Oh, boy.
I mean, these people love that. I mean, Shannon Bedore.
Oh, Shannon does not.
My concussion!
Shannon has been to every doctor in Orange County. I believe.
She's at the doctor right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I love, by the way, I love that that from the OC reunion. I had a concussion. You went home and you kept drinking.
You did. You weren't supposed to sleep or drink when you had a concussion. She did both of those things and was fine. Real quick, I want to talk about something in an episode further, which is the fact that Jackie and her husband have never gone down on each other.
Yeah.
Now, what do we make of that?
That's not right.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Never, ever. They have children, multiple children.
I mean, to not give it a try.
Yeah. I don't know what these, patriarchal Italian
No, but she's
family things
Jewish.
are like. Oh, that's right. Well,
and I
don't
know there's rumors that Jewish women don't go down on men. As a Jewish woman, I assure you we do. This one does. But still, it was... I just feel like to marry a man that has never put his tongue in your vagina, to say it plainly, is a strange thing, and vice versa. Yeah. What are we doing with our lives?
Where's the quid pro quo?
There's so few joys in life.
Yeah.
Let's have one of them.
And I think that their friendship, that Melissa can now encourage her and be like, come on.
That's going to be their...
their bond.
She needs some candy cut at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Candy.
Yes.
Candy would have just been like, you're insane.
Yes.
Candy would not have stood for that.
Yes.
Is Candy the wildest sexually of all the housewives? Oh, maybe Denise.
Candy over Denise.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Again, Denise was married to Charlie Sheen. Let us not forget what came before.
Luann?
Luann!
I mean, Candy might see some Luann tricks and it's like, I'm not doing that. Luann's got moves you've never seen.
Moves for sure. Remember, she was traipsing around Europe for many years, like in the 70s and 80s. Like, Luann's got stuff.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, but I just had
that
to...
je ne sais quoi.
I would still say Candy takes it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
The freak factor. But you can tell that Melissa and Joe, as far as couples go on The Housewives, that they have the healthiest sex life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very connected.
Yeah.
They make it happen.
What did we think about Margaret's fashion show ensemble?
I love Margaret, but I'm just always constantly confused by fashion and her. It doesn't seem to fit.
It was like a pink sable fur, but it seemed to be connected. Her hair looked blown. And I don't mean like a blowout. I just meant like blown back. Like she had been in a gust of wind.
Yeah.
And it blew her hair back. Or she saw something that scared her. Like that sort of. Yeah. It was a wild look for me. And then the Envy Men's fashion show, which none of us need Envy Men.
What is with fashion shows in New Jersey for boutiques? Is this like a thing, or is it just in New Jersey? Or just on The Housewives?
I feel like they're so close to New York that they just think we can have fashion shows too, but in a strip mall.
Yeah,
they love a fashion show.
They love
on Jersey.
a fashion show.
They don't know Posh Fashion Show. Remember those?
The annual Posh Fashion Show. So much went down at Posh Fashion shows. Yeah. Any of these boutiques. Oh, what about Hi Versace? Hi Versace. It's like, that really made me
It's all
laugh.
she could say to her.
Hi Versace.
She could muster up to say.
And then the other one, and then Danielle was like, hi ankles or something. Like, it was so strange. I loved it all. But New Jersey, I've been liking it more. I'd been sort of down on it the past few years.
They're scrappy. They're fun, in a way that that's not depressing.
And I like
Dallas,
Jennifer. I like Jennifer. I think she has been good for this series.
She brings a lot. I mean, when Jennifer walked in, who has now been throwing wine and really coming for people physically, when she walked in and was like, I'm afraid of Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. We didn't really see do we ever see what happened between them?
I don't think so. I think it's just an energy where she's like, oh, your crazy is crazier than my crazy.
Yeah, she might kill me.
Yeah.
Like, I have a family.
Yeah.
That depends on me. My husband's not going to take care of these kids.
Yeah.
So I need to be here.
She recognizes.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
There are women on the shows that I am terrified
Would
of.
not fuck with Danielle.
No, I would not fuck with Danielle. I would not fuck with Kelly. Danielle and Kelly, I think, are the people I would not truly. Oh, I'm afraid of Tamara.
Yeah, or Luann. Not Luann. Leanne.
Oh, Leanne Locken.
Leanne would actually murder someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has murdered. Probably.
Oh,
yes,
for sure.
I'm sure.
You know, let's take a little break and we're going to get back to Dallas. Designed with measurements from millions of women, Third Love's bra styles are made to fit your life. They have over 80 bra sizes, but know that the only one that matters is yours. I love my Third Love bra. I've been talking about it. In fact, I need another one, and we're going to go to the website immediately because they're so comfortable. They fit me. They make my boobs look great. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you'll own, with straps that won't slip, tagless labels, and lightweight memory foam cup made to your shape. Plus, returns and exchanges are free and easy. In fact, thanks to Third Love's Perfect Fit Promise, every customer has 60 days to wear it, wash it, and put it to the test. And if you don't love it, return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/housewives now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/housewives for 15% off today. Okay, we're back with Dallas. Leanne Locken.
So first of all, I haven't even really been watching this season because I find Leanne so vile.
I didn't used to.
I didn't
she
used
was
to.
an underdog.
She was an underdog, and then between season 1 and 2, she sort of realized that she was the star, and it got to her head, and now she's insane.
She's insane, and she's also racist.
Yeah, racist, insane, might kill someone.
Yeah,
so it's
I think she's leaving the show. Andy was not having.
He
her
wasn't,
during
and
the
all for,
reunion.
and the problem was also she said it so many times that it wasn't what she kept making excuses. Well, this time I was drunk, and this time it's like, but it wasn't some like random occurrence that happened that you could have meant something else, and it was misconstrued. It was plain as day many times, and Andy pointed this out, which is like after the fact, months after, when you film those testimonials, where you could have been a little more contrite and kind of like you doubled down.
Yeah.
So
I ran into her. She was at the launch.
Really?
She was at the launch. There's some Bravo celebrities there, but really just like her and like some Vanderpump people, right? And I guess now realizing some new cast members who I didn't know who they were, but she was there, and someone introduced me to her. They were like, "Oh, you haven't met Leanne?" And I was like, "Oh, hello." I was like, "Oh no, I've never met Leanne. Like, I don't get to Texas that often." She was like, "Well, I don't get to Texas that often either. I spend my time in L.A. and New York.
What?
You know, I don't get along with my castmates."
Jesus
I was like, "This is yeehaw." Really just going on about how like she doesn't want to spend her time in Dallas, doesn't like her castmates. I'm like, girl, do you know it's over for you?
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap on Leanne.
But Leanne she got her taste on this show. She seems like a reality cockroach. She will not go away.
She will not.
She will be on something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And she will go darker. It will get darker. It will get dirtier. It will, because she can only be the bad guy now. You know what I mean? Like I don't think she can.
There's no redemption.
There's no redemption.
No.
And so I don't see a good ending.
Because even people who are bad guys on Bravo, like some of them can come back from that. You know, she's like,
I believe Phaedra. I believe
Phaedra could come back
in a second.
She's giving me like Thomas Ravenel.
Yes.
Like I don't want to see her on my TV ever again.
No, she took the goodwill that was given to her by people for being an underdog, and
even someone as disgusting as Jax, I'm fine with still seeing on TV.
Yeah, well,
but
he's just getting boring.
Yeah, he's getting boring.
But I think I don't think she can come back from this, and I think her apologies felt hollow.
Yeah,
and defensive. And she would make an excuse, and Andy would be like, "That's not true." Like she kept lying. She kept lying, and I just feel like she had many opportunities to kind of like figure it out and really be contrite and really kind of be like, "Look, I see what I've done, and I've made adjustments, and I've talked to people, and I've gone to therapy. Like, fix yourself. Fix yourself. That's how you come back." And she didn't. Want to.
From the taping to the confessionals to the reunion to even now on social media. It's like she's had so many opportunities
to just like look at herself and go like, ooh.
And she hasn't.
Like, I obviously have some prejudices here and I need to figure my shit out.
Yeah.
And
if you didn't watch that back and we're discussing it, like, by the time she got to the reunion, she should have been over it.
And it was not. Can we also, though, talk about Carrie's makeup at the reunion? Now, I know it's your first time at a reunion, Carrie, but you need shame on your makeup people. Shame on them. They made her look dead. They gave her
That's true.
like a purple, like it was. How dare they? How dare they?
Dallas is too low budget.
Yeah.
Give me Potomac back. I need it. That's a good
Potomac
low,
is
that's good low budget.
Yeah. No, Potomac though, they go places. They do things.
Yes.
Me too.
Well, listen, they're just like what we were talking about. Those ladies working.
Yes.
I cannot wait for Potomac to get back so we can see what this Monique and Candace fight is.
Please. They give us stuff off season and on. I cannot wait for them. But yeah, Dallas, the vacations, they did go to Thailand this year. Cameron also, Cameron, I love Cameron. Can I say that?
I like Cameron.
I do like Cameron. She's a dum-dum. She is elitist, but that is what we love about her. Like we knew that going in.
Yes. And at least, when Leanne said what she said, right away, she said, you can't say things like that. Mm-hmm. Which is, at least there's a tiny part of Cameron that was like, this is wrong.
They just need to, if they want Dallas to keep going, they need to dump basically everybody but like 2-3 people and just give us
Cameron.
A full revamp. Yeah.
Carrie's good for now. Let's see what happens next season. I do like Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie is
What's
good.
sad is I want Stephanie, but I don't want Brandi.
No, I don't either.
Brandi's
I don't need
gonna go.
Brandi. I'm done. Carrie gave me a laugh.
That short ginger demon.
Carrie also gave me a laugh when she was like, when they were saying that, when Leanne tried to say like, you're being homophobic, and Carrie's like, no, I'm just saying licking assholes. Like, my husband licks my asshole. I'm not. It was really.
I sadly miss old Carrie.
Really? I'm not a Dubner.
I liked her a little bit.
A fan of hers.
I did also like when when Cameron said, you told me to suck a dick. And she said, yeah, I did tell you to suck a dick, because if you sucked a dick, maybe you'd relax a little.
Yes.
I was like, fair point.
Yeah. It's good points. Look, good points all around.
But yeah, I think you can make the show with Stephanie and Carrie.
What about Deandra? I don't need Deandra.
I don't need Deandra anymore either.
It's all done.
She was best when she was friends with Leanne, and that fell apart. And then it was just like,
and then Mama D is fun, but a little bit of that goes along. And I like that her and Mama D are now getting along, and she's like, God told Mama D to give me money, so then Mama D gave me her money. Like, Mama D not paying my rent. God told Mama D to pay my rent.
Friend of, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I think like Cameron and Carrie, Stephanie, and then entirely new cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agree.
Again, I think we're getting someplace today.
And some people with money.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Come on.
I want locker money like Stephanie. I want your husband to have invented lockers.
Yes.
Don't come on the show.
Glamour. I don't want like these.
We're in Dallas. I want oil money. We've not seen any oil money.
I don't want
where do we go for that? If not Dallas, Houston?
Oh, Houston might be. Maybe it's Houston, but still, we're in Texas.
Yes. I just don't want any more parties in rec rooms.
I don't want any more, what are those called? Like, rooms where you have to like get out of.
Escape
rooms, yes.
Enough escape rooms. I don't want a hotel ballroom. I don't want a cheap wedding where you can't even serve a meal.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Guys, this has been a blast.
It's been invigorating.
Thank you so much both for doing it. Ira, can we plug anything for you?
Just listen to Keep It. I don't know.
You guys, you guys are already listening to Keep It. If you're not, what's wrong with you? Jen, anything for you? You have a short film. Plug that.
I have a short film. It's on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, we love it.
June Diane.
Wow.
Miss June Diana's in it.
Oh.
Ike Barinholtz.
Wow.
Wait, what film?
It's called Errands.
Okay.
And
those are two of my favorite people.
And yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. You can watch that.
Okay.
But
your wonderful podcast.
I have my podcast. But I'd like to end with a boots on the ground. If I could.
Yes.
Please.
My brother-in-law, who I'm very dear friends with, very close with, he went to New York City on business, and he was sitting at the bar at his hotel. And he was approached by a stately gentleman who wanted to hang out with my brother-in-law and go to dinner with these two other women who he was sitting with. It was Harry Dubin.
What? Holy shit. That is a boots on the ground. You really saved the best for last.
Oh my God.
Did he?
No, because
not?
my brother-in-law is married and he said nothing good would come of this.
Except for a great boot.
A great boot, but he had drinks with them. And the two women were like, he's on reality TV. You need to take a picture with him. Trust me, your wife will know who he is. So I have a picture. I will show it to you after we get off the mics.
Send it to me?
Yes, but so my brother-in-law hung out with Harry Dubin, who took two, like, women out to dinner. Jason said they looked like housewives. They weren't, but they were out of central casting.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I have said many times on the podcast, I do find him very attractive. There is something very sexual about him.
All right.
So.
What a journey.
What a journey. Guys, I just want to remind everyone, Casey and I are coming to New York February 1st. We have 2 shows. I think the second show is sold out, but the 5 o'clock with Jerry O'Connell still has seats left, guys. We're so excited. We have so many new fun things to bring you guys and show you guys. And then our summer tour is all over my Instagram, so we can't wait to see you guys there. We're going lots of places, but see you next week when we're back with Casey.